how are you doing today? I just recorded a video that was so good and I was like, I'm gonna come on and I'm gonna tell people about this on the live because this is a concept that when you understand this, it will literally be the biggest game changer for you in manifestation. Because a lot of the times we are overcomplicating manifestation because there's so many manifestation methods and there's so many books and there's so many teachings and there's so many universal laws and then there's this and then there's that. But what if we could just simplify the fuck out of manifestation? What if we could just simplify it? And this is a concept that I've been teaching my clients and students for a really long time. And I even have a manifesting manifesto, which walks you through this process. But when you start seeing manifestation as you placing an order with the universe, this is going to be the thing where you're never going to be confused about how manifestation works. This is the thing that's going to make it so you can easily and consistently manifest anything that you desire. If you are ready to simplify manifestation, if you are ready to start manifesting on autopilot, if you're ready for your manifestations to come in easily, I want you to hit the like button and let me know. Are you ready? Are you over the difficulty? Are you over the struggle? Are you ready to actually manifest easily? Because I'm going to spill the tea for you. I'm going to spill the tea for you. So this is what I want you to do. Instead of thinking about all the universal laws, instead of thinking about all the mindset work, instead of thinking about all the frequency work, instead of thinking about all the inner work, all the healing work, yes, that's required. There's a time and a place for it. But also I find that a lot of people get super heady with manifestation. We start losing momentum because we stop having fun with the process. So this is a way for you to start manifesting way easier because you're having way more fun. And when you're having more fun, your energy is automatically more aligned. You are automatically more open to receiving your desires. So I want you to think about if you wanted to purchase something off of Amazon, for example. Say that you wanted to buy a sweatsuit. You would be getting clear on what kind of sweatsuit do you want? Do you want it to be a pullover? Do you want it to be a crew neck? Do you want it to be a hoodie? Do you want it to have drawstrings? What kind of fabric do you want it to be made out of? Do you want it to be straight leg pants? Do you want it to have a flare at the bottom? Do you want them to be joggers? What kind of sweatsuit would you want? You would also then be like, what color do I want? Do I want it to have a zip up? Do I want the zipper to be a certain color? Do I want it to be black? Do I want it to be pink? Do I want it to be green? If I want it to be pink, what shade of pink? If I want it to be green, what shade of green? You would be getting very, very clear on what type of sweatsuit that you want. You wouldn't be seeing in your mind you wearing this sweatsuit. You would go onto Amazon, just say it's Amazon. You would go onto Amazon, because Amazon you can buy anything on, so it's very similar to the universe. The universe is one big catalog that you get to have anything from it. So if you wanted the sweatsuit, you go on Amazon, you get very clear on the color. You'd get very clear on the fit. You'd get very clear on how much money you wanted to spend on it. You'd get very clear on the fabrics that you wanted. You get very clear on exactly the sweatsuit that you'd want to buy. Is there a sweatsuit in every size and every color with every different modification to it? Absolutely. But it's not about the fact that there's every single sweatsuit out there. It's about you getting very crystal clear on what sweatsuit you want to wear, on what sweatsuit you want to buy. If you are looking at Amazon and you're just looking at all of the different sweatsuits and you're not getting clear on what you want to buy, if you have no clarity on what you want, then you would never actually be able to put one in your cart and to buy it. And this is what you have to do. So many people are getting so lost in the fact that there's so many options available to them, but most of the time saying, well, I can't have it. But everything out here is part of the universal catalog. It is available to you. But are you deciding what kind of sweatsuit that you want? Or are you sitting there going, well, I really want a sweatsuit, but I don't really know what color I want. I don't really know how much I want to spend on it. And I'm not really sure. Do I want jogger pants or do I want it to be a crew neck? Do I want it to have a crop top? I don't know. I'm just not going to buy the sweatsuit. And it's like, how does that help you to get the sweatsuit? You have no idea what you want. And if you do have an idea, you're not getting clear on it. And this is what a lot of people are doing in manifesting. They're saying that they want to have something, but they aren't actually focusing on exactly what they want to have, what that looks like, what that feels like. They don't get crystal clear on the details of the manifestation they want to call in. And just like if you were going to order something off the internet, you need to know what you want. You need to be the one that puts it in your cart and says, yeah, this is the one that I want. You need to press the buy button on the link so that way you can actually get the manifestation. But are you actually spending your time getting crystal fucking clear on what you want to manifest? So crystal clear that you know exactly what it looks like, what it feels like. You know exactly what all of the specifications are. You know exactly what you want to manifest. So if anybody asks you, you'd be like, yeah, this is exactly what I'm manifesting. If you want to manifest a car, there's 1,000,001 cars out there. What kind of car do you want? Do you know what kind of model it is? Do you know what color it is on the exterior? Do you know what color it is in the interior? Do you know what specifications that you want? Do you know how many miles you want it to have? Do you know what it is? Because a car, I want to manifest a car. Even the universe is like, all right, cool. Like, they don't know what they want. And another way to think about this is think about if you went to a restaurant and you were like, yeah, I just want to have some food. The server or the bartender, and I know this because I used to bartend, would be like, all right, well, I'll come back to you. I'm busy. I'm going to go to the people that actually know what they want, the people that are going to tell you their exact order. Even if you're like, well, I want to have a burger. Okay, cool. What kind of fucking burger do you want? Do you want a meat burger? Do you want a veggie burger? If you want a meat burger, what temperature do you want it cooked at? Do you want it on a bun? Do you want it on a lettuce bun? Do you want mayonnaise, ketchup, mustard on it? What condiments do you want on it? Do you want lettuce, tomato, onion? Do you want cheese? Okay, cool. What kind of cheese? Do you want fries? Do you want chips? Do you want sweet potato fries? Do you want onion rings? Do you need any condiments with that? Do you understand that when you go out to a restaurant, you don't sit there and look at the person and go, yeah, just like a burger? If you're not asking the questions, then the server would have to be like, okay, and how do you want that cooked? And what toppings do you want on it? And what kind of bun do you want? And what side do you want? And what condiments do you want? And what do you want to drink? Like, there are all of these questions. And when you don't have the answers, or when you don't indicate it, then the universe, aka your server, is going, okay, well, you want it like this, you want it like this, you want it like this, you want it like this. Like, I got everything. I got it all, but you got to tell me how you want it. You got to tell me how you want it. You are placing your order with the universe and you're manifesting. But so many people are not fucking clear on what their order is. What do you want? I don't care how big, how audacious it is. I care that you know what the fuck you want. Because if you don't know what you want, how is the universe going to know what you want? Have you ever walked into a restaurant and said, yeah, I want food, and the server came back with what you wanted? Because here's the thing. Coming from, especially if you work in America where food servers do not get paid a living wage, they do not get paid like hourly what they justify. If you told them, well, I want food, if they were in a really bad mood, they'd go back and put something in and order it for you, and then you'd be like, well, this isn't what I wanted. And they'd be like, well, you didn't tell me what you wanted. So you can't blame your server, aka the universe, when you don't get what you want, when you didn't ask for what you wanted. You have to be the one that says, this is what I'm manifesting. I want this car. I want it to be this year. I want it to be this model. I want it to have this many miles. I want it to have this color interior. I want it to have this type of engine. I want it to have these kind of wheels. I want it to be in this condition. You would need to know what kind of car you wanted. And if you didn't know exactly, you would need to get clear. Of course, there are some things where there could be that you just honestly don't care. Maybe you don't care what color the interior is. Maybe you don't care what kind of engine it is. So those are the things that we don't have to get crystal clear on, but you do need to know what your non-negotiables are. You need to know what kind of car you want to manifest. You need to know whether you want it to be brand new or whether you want it to be a used car. You need to know what color you want the outside to be. You need to know. And and don't be one of those people. I don't let you play a victim in my world. Don't be one of those people that goes, well, I don't know what I want. Cool. Then get off your phone and go meditate and figure out what you want. Figure out what you want, because nobody can tell you what you want to manifest. You have to be the one that decides what you want to manifest. You have to be the one, because you're the only one that knows. And if you don't know, I call bullshit. And secondly, if you don't know, the universe isn't going to know. You have to be the one. If you have ever been a food server, if you've ever been a bartender, and somebody came up to you and said, yeah, I'm not really sure what I wanted. Okay, I'll come back to you. Okay, I'll come back to you. If you keep saying, I don't know what I want, I don't know what I want, I don't know what I want, you're commanding your subconscious mind to not tell you what you want. because you're telling it that it doesn't know. So even though this thing is designed to make you right and it's designed to work for you, you're telling it, that's hitting the pause button. Every time you say, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, pause, 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 pause. If you stopped hitting that fucking pause button, you'd have it already. Think about it if you hit your snooze button all day long and you never got out of bed. What's going to happen? You're not going to live. The day's going to pass you by. You could have manifested anything that day, but you didn't wake up. You didn't get out of bed. You kept hitting the snooze button. When you say, I don't know, pause, 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 pause. And then because you keep pausing, you could keep pausing for a year. You could keep pausing for 5 years. Then you feel like you're lost and you're stuck and you're stagnant because you keep telling yourself that you don't know what you want. So cut it out, because you're the only one that's delaying your manifestations from coming in, or you're the only one that's doing the work to get into alignment and get crystal clear on what you want. And anytime you want something else, you're getting clear on it. You want to manifest a house? Okay, cool. Where do you want the house to be? Do you want it to have a fenced in yard? Do you want it to be in the country? Do you want it to be in the city? How much do you want to spend on the house? How many bedrooms do you want in the house? Do you want an office? Do you want a big wide kitchen? Are you somebody that orders Uber Eats all the time so you could give a fuck about the kitchen? You have to be crystal clear because every house is available for you. You could live in any fucking one. Everything is available for you. Any car is available for you. Any person is available for you. Any house is available for you. Any amount of money is available for you. Do you know what you want? Because so many people are spending their time spinning their wheels when it's like, you're the only one that can have this clarity. You have to be doing the work to get clear on what you want. And if you're like, this sounds really cool and I've never heard anybody break down manifestation like this, do you have a resource? Yes, I do. You can go to my website and download my digital manifestation manifesto, and I literally walk you through placing an order with the universe, and I walk you through the process of shifting your limiting beliefs. It is literally the best thing that's ever been created because it makes manifestation so easy for you, and it makes it so you're having fun again in the manifestation process. It's not about, well, I need to have an 8-hour long morning routine, and I need to visualize for this long, and I need to script for this long, and I need to say this many affirmations, I need to do mirror work for this long. Okay, cool. Like, there's nothing wrong technically with any of those things. But also, if you're saying all of these affirmations and they are really generic and you don't know what you want, that's actually not really helping you. You have to be very crystal clear, especially because your mind, your subconscious mind, which is what's manifesting all of this, does not speak in English. It speaks in sensory input. So in order for you to communicate with your unconscious mind what you desire, you need to be able to form an image of it. If you can't form an image of it, if you can't form a feeling of it, then you're not actually in alignment energetically or mentally or emotionally with the thing that you want to manifest because you're too busy not getting clear. There's a lot of people that are adding more things to their to-do list when it comes to manifesting because they think that they're doing the work, but they're actually delaying themselves from doing the work because they aren't clear on what they want. And instead of actually looking at why they aren't clear and what's preventing them on getting clear and having clarity on what they want, they're like, oh, well, I'll just say I'm a millionaire affirmations. I'm going to say it 5 times and I'm going to have that money in the bank. You know, it'd be way more effective deciding how much fucking money you actually want to have. How much money do you want to manifest this month? How much money do you want to manifest this year? Let's get really fucking crystal clear because you can manifest any amount of money to the universe. $1 isn't any different than $1 million. You just have programmed beliefs that are installed in your mind that tell you that $1 million is unattainable, or whatever the 1,000,001 money programmings that you have in your mind. But you have to realize that you're the one that has to be clear on what you want to manifest. You are placing an order with the universe. The next time you go into a restaurant, I want you to say, are you sitting there walking up to the counter and going, yeah, I want a coffee? What size coffee do you want? Do you want milk in it? Do you want sugar in it? Do you want oat milk in it? Do you want coconut milk in it? Do you want any flavoring in it? Do you want it to be iced? Do you want it to be hot? When have you ever gotten away with saying something super generic? When? When have you ever gotten away with it? You didn't get what you wanted if you were super generic. Guaranteed. If you went to a bar and you wanted to order a drink, you wouldn't say, hey, I'd like a drink. If I was your bartender, born and raised New Yorker, so I give no fucks, I'd be like, fucking cool. And I would walk away from you. I would honestly walk away from you because you're not taking yourself seriously and you're wasting my time. You're wasting my time. What kind of drink do you want? Do you want a margarita? Awesome. You want salt on the rim? You want sugar on the rim? Do you want it to be made with bar tequila? Do you want it to be made with reposado? Do you want it to be made with añejo? Do you want it to be flavored? Do you want me to add orange juice in it? Do you like, what do you want? And normally there's multiple different margaritas. Do you want a skinny margarita? If you're walking anywhere, whether you're in a clothing store, whether you're shopping online, whether you're in a restaurant, whether you're in a bar, whether you're in a cafe, you are never walking up to the person who's taking the order and saying, yeah, I don't know, give me a coffee. If you didn't know what you wanted and you were at a restaurant, you would say to the server, hey, yeah, I need a minute. I'm not sure what I want. And the server would be like, okay, cool, I'll come back. They're not going to stand there while you look over everything on the menu and help you decide. If you have questions, you have to ask them. If you want to know what they recommend, you need to ask them. If you're going to order and you're not specific enough, they're going to ask you. Do you realize the specificity that you need to have when it comes to manifesting? And do not tell me, well, I'm a non-specific manifester in human design. I was a human design reader for 5 years before human design blew up and is trendy. There is no such fucking thing in the human design system as specific or non-specific manifestors. The arrows that they point to when they say that are based on your perception. Has nothing to do with manifestation. So I do not give a fuck how many times you've heard that. It is a lie. Like that is a scientific system that works as a blueprint for you to understand your energetic coding. You cannot interpret it. That's what you use gene keys for. Gene keys is an interpretive system. Human design is a sacred science. You can't manipulate it by saying, well, I think I just like to tell people that it's about manifestation. That's not how it works. So I don't care what person you are. I don't care what type of human design you are. You are a specific manifestor because everyone is. You need to be specific on what you want to manifest, because if you're not specific on what you want to manifest, you're not going to manifest the things. Or you might manifest something, but it's not going to be the thing that you want.